Words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind. If you can keep your head when all about you are losing theirs and blaming it on you, if you can trust yourself when all men doubt you, but make allowance for their doubting too, if you can wait and not be tired by the waiting, or being lied about, don't deal in lies, or being hated, don't give way to hating, and yet don't look too good, nor talk too wise. If you can dream and not make dreams your master, if you can think and not make thoughts your aim, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, if you can bear to hear the truth you've spoken twisted by knaves to make a trap for fools, or watch the things you gave your life to broken and stop and build them up with worn-out tools, if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on the turn of pitch and toss, and lose and start again at your beginnings, and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, but none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that's in it, and, which is more, you'll be a man, my son. He wrapped himself in quotations as a beggar would enfold himself in the purple of emperors. I always prefer to believe the best of everybody. It saves so much trouble. I never made a mistake in my life, at least never one that I couldn't explain away afterwards. We're all islands, shouting lies to each other across seas of misunderstanding. If history were taught in the form of stories, it would never be forgotten. A woman's guess is much more accurate than a man's certainty. For the strength of the pack is the wolf, and the strength of the wolf is the pack. Of all the liars in the world, sometimes the worst are our own fears. I am the cat who walks by himself, and all places are alike to me. A man can never have too much red wine, too many books, or too much ammunition. Take everything you like seriously, except yourselves. I keep 6 honest serving men. They taught me all I knew. Their names are what and why and when, and how and where and who. No price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself. We had a kettle. We let it leak. Our not repairing made it worse. We haven't had any tea for a week. The bottom is out of the universe. Follow the dream, and always the dream, and only the dream. Many wear the robes, but few walk the way. Gardens are not made by singing, "Oh, how beautiful," and sitting in the shade. You must learn to forgive a man when he's in love. He's always a nuisance. Now this is the law of the jungle, as old and as true as the sky, and the wolf that shall keep it may prosper, but the wolf that shall break it must die. For the female of the species is more deadly than the male. There is no sin so great as ignorance. Remember this. We have 40 million reasons for failure, but not a single excuse. The world is very lovely, and it's very horrible, and it doesn't care about your life or mine or anything else. This is a brief life, but in its brevity, it offers us some splendid moments, some meaningful adventures. Buy a pup, and your money will buy love, unflinching, that cannot lie. War is an ill thing, as I surely know, but 'twould be an ill world for weaponless dreamers if evil men were not now and then slain. Now don't be angry after you've been afraid. That's the worst kind of cowardice. I am, by calling, a dealer in words, and words are, of course, the most powerful drug used by mankind. At 2 o'clock in the morning, if you open your window and listen, you will hear the feet of the wind that is going to call the sun, and the trees in the shadow rustle, and the trees in the moonlight glisten. And though it is deep, dark night, you feel that the night is done. When young lips have drunk deep the bitter waters of hate, suspicion, and despair, all the love in the world will not wholly take away that knowledge, though it may turn darkened eyes for a while to the light and teach faith where no faith was. The first condition of understanding a foreign country is to smell it. I have my own matches and sulfur, and I'll make my own hell. And the first rude sketch that the world has seen was joy to his mighty heart, till the devil whispered behind the leaves, "It's pretty, but is it art?" An unhappy childhood was not an unsuitable preparation for my future, in that it demanded a constant wariness, the habit of observation, and the attendance on moods and tempers, the noting of discrepancies between speech and action, a certain reserve of demeanor, an automatic suspicion of sudden favors. "I have seen something of this world," she said over the trays, "and there are but two sorts of women in it, those who take the strength out of a man and those who put it back. I was that one, and now I am this." A black shadow dropped down into the circle. It was Bagheera, the Black Panther, inky black all over, but with the panther markings showing up in certain lights like the pattern of a watered silk. Everybody knew Bagheera, and nobody cared to cross his path, for he was as cunning, as bold as the wild buffalo, as reckless as a wounded elephant, but he had a voice as soft as wild honey dripping from a tree, and a skin softer than down. She is intensely human and lives to look upon life. He travels fastest who travels alone. How can you do anything until you have seen everything, or as much as you can? Yet there be certain times in a young man's life when through great sorrow or sin, all the boy in him is burnt and seared away, so that he passes at one step to the more sorrowful state of manhood. A thin, gray fog hung over the city, and the streets were very cold, for summer was in England. My heart is heavy with the things I do not understand. East is east, and west is west, and never the twain shall meet, till earth and sky stand presently at God's great judgment seat. But there is neither east nor west, border nor breed, nor birth, when two strong men stand face to face, though they come from the ends of the earth. Of course the man was wild too. He was dreadfully wild. He didn't even begin to tame till he met the woman, and she told him that she did not like living in his wild ways. She picked out a nice dry cave, instead of a heap of wet leaves to lie down in, and she strewed clean sand on the floor, and she lit a nice fire of wood at the back of the cave, and she hung a dried wild horse skin, tail down, across the opening of the cave, and she said, "Wipe your feet, dear, when you come in, and now we'll keep house." There is but one task for all, one life for each to give. What stands if freedom fall? The air was full of all the night noises that, taken together, make one big silence. Fiction is truth's elder sister. Obviously, no one in the world knew what truth was till someone had told a story. The individual has always had to struggle to keep from being overwhelmed by the tribe. To be your own man is hard business. If you try it, you will be lonely often and sometimes frightened. But no price is too high to pay for the privilege of owning yourself.